Okay, this is not that kind of video. But hello guys, welcome. If you're new to my channel, I'm Leticia de la Rosa. This is Peace, Love, and Letty. Welcome. If you're new, my channel is about self-improvement, self-love, self-exploration, and anything I've learned in my life that I hope will benefit you in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, welcome. So in this video, we're going to talk about self-love and why you should learn to love yourself, why it is so important. It has changed my life tremendously, and the way I feel is just so much better. My relationships are better. Not only the relationship with myself, but with others is better, or are better. But yeah, and I'm going to tell you why it's important to love yourself and why it's not selfish. It's selfish, but it's like so needed, and it helps you actually love people more and be a better person to other people. So we're gonna talk about that and why you should learn it. And in my next video, I'm gonna give you tips on how to love yourself. This is just gonna let you know why it's important, because it's good to know why something's good for you or why you should do it before you even get into it, right? So let's do that, right? Let's get started. Okay guys, I conjured up 5 big benefits on why you should learn to love yourself. Benefit number 1, you are not afraid to be alone. Loneliness is a thing of the past. Why is that very important? Well, it actually helps you not be in crappy relationships or have bad friendships. When you're not scared to be alone, you're not scared to cut people off. And a lot of people stay in crappy relationships because they're scared to be alone. And also, when you're not scared to be alone and you actually enjoy your own company, it actually opens a lot of doors and a lot of opportunities for you, because a lot of times when you're out doing something, you want to do something and your friends don't want to do it, you know, if you don't mind doing it alone or by yourself and you enjoy your own company, you have more opportunities to do things, especially do things that you want to do and you like. So it opens many doors and opportunities, and it actually gives you more opportunity to meet other people that like doing the things you do, because if they don't like doing that and you go do it by yourself and you meet other people, it gives you more opportunity to find more like-minded people. What? So yeah. And yeah, with the whole crappy relationships, yeah, you're not scared to be alone. So if you're around a crappy person that treats you crappy, it's easy for you to cut them the hell off. A lot of people, I just know a lot of people and used to have a lot of friends that will stay in crappy relationships because they're scared to be alone, or that sometimes, you know, they're horny and they want to, you know, oh, they're crappy, but they go back. Look, I'll make another video for that. If you're young, I mean, honestly, you should know about that too. Your parents should talk to you about it. And if they don't worry, I'm gonna make a video about it. But do not stay with crappy people because you're scared to be alone. Of course, you're horny. Okay? So that's benefit number 1. Number 2, you don't depend on anybody. When you have a beautiful relationship with yourself, it's like having your best friend with you all the freaking time, and it's freaking good. You don't need somebody to make you happy. You don't need somebody to make you feel better. You have all the tools inside you, and when you have self-love, you learn how to be there for yourself. You learn how to do things that you like. So like, you don't have to call this person to be happy. If you're bored, you're like, oh, well, let me do this activity. You already know how to be by yourself and enjoy your own company. So, and in my next video, I'll give you tips on how to do that if you don't know how. But yeah, so you don't depend on nobody. You don't need anybody for anything. Of course, that doesn't mean don't get help or don't, you know, have your friends there, because it's all a balance. But it's nice that, like, if you're alone somewhere and you traveled by yourself or whatever, which that's another good thing too. Since you're not scared to be alone, you have more opportunities to travel. If your friends can't do it because they're working or don't have the money or this and that, that's okay. Travel by yourself. I've traveled by myself and I'm excited to do more. I want to travel with people too, but I like that I can travel by myself. So another benefit. But anywho, so yeah, if you're ever alone and you don't have contact with anybody else, you're golden either way, and that's the best thing about it. And personally, I believe you should come to yourself first. If you don't know what I mean, I'll explain more, but you should come to yourself and see if you can resolve it first before you go talk to somebody else. Why? Because sometimes you don't want to put all that negative baggage on them, and it's not always like that. Your friends always want to be there to help you, but first see for yourself. Do not go to them for every little freaking thing. Please try to handle it with yourself, and if it's not working out, then contact your friend. Because I had times where I was being stubborn and I was like, no, I'm gonna figure this out, and you know, I finally gave in and I called my friend and they helped me like that, like within the next few minutes, and I was like, why didn't I call them earlier? That's what I mean by balance. It's just good to make sure you have both. It's nice to like have, what did they say? More than one egg in your basket? You know the saying. If you do, cool, whatever. Number 3, you don't accept any bullcrap. No more freaking settling. No mediocrity, I don't know how to say that word. No nonsense, no nothing. When you love yourself, you want the best for yourself, so you do not freaking settle, period. Especially with people, like I said in the first thing, when you're not scared to be alone, you cut off all these people that just don't treat you right, that don't appreciate you for being you, and yeah, it's just, you don't settle, so you're not gonna put yourself around crappy people. You're gonna be around uplifting people, people that love you, that are awesome, that are freaking motivating, that are just, I don't know, there for you. The people that deserve to be in your life. You make room for those people and don't have these people cluttering it. It's just easy, and oh, and most importantly, it's easier to say no. If you're those really nice people that are too nice, that was me, still working on some things, but I am way better than before. It's easier to say no because you're a priority now. So like, if you don't want to do something, it's easy to just say no and be okay with it. Because honestly, I don't want somebody doing something with me if they really don't want to go. If I really need their help, I'll let them know. But if it's really just no bueno, then hey, I respect their decision. You know what I mean? But yeah, your decisions matter now, and it's easier for you to say no, like, no, I don't feel like doing that, or no, thank you, or no, I can't do that. And it's so good. I used to say yes to so many things because I felt bad to say no to people. But yeah, if you're those people, oh my God, it's easier to say no because you are a priority. Oh my God, number 4, great. Number 4, you heal much faster, like much faster. Like if you ever go through a breakup or some kind of situation, once I started learning to love myself, oh my God, because like I said, like it's like having your best friend, your freaking psychiatrist, your therapist, your everything with you all the time when you love yourself. Like at least that's how it feels for me, and I know other people, you know, they contest to that. Is that the right word for it? We'll put the definition right there. But yeah, they like will like say the same thing also, or in some way, whatever, or form. You really do have all the tools for you. I know this is weird, and if you're not into spiritual stuff or anything like that, this still works out for you. But I just noticed, like, I do personally believe that we have all the answers inside of us. We have instincts, we have our intuition that can tell us all this stuff. It's just sadly we have all these blockages that society puts there that makes you believe that you're limitless and that you're just freaking a meat sack that can't really do much. No, you have everything. You have all the power. And when I started learning that, I used to come to myself. And what do I mean come to myself? I would literally be crying. And this happened, like, I found my self-love. I always said I came from the darkness, which I really did. Like, you came from the moon, it was dark in there. And then when it opened up and you came out, you're like, whoa, it's nice and light out here. It's nice and bright out here. But when I said I came from the darkness, I found myself in the darkness. That's when I found self-love, when I was really in a dark place, really sad. And I remember, I don't know if you guys ever seen, I really love this movie. What is it called? Inside Out. It's a very cute movie. I'll pop it right here. Go check that movie out. But if you remember the movie Joy, when she found the baby, I remember it was like me in darkness and I was in spotlight. There was a spotlight on me though, in the darkness. This was in my head though. I was crying. And it's like I came up to myself and I was glowing. And I pretty much asked myself while I was crying, now this is real life, I was like, what's wrong, Letty? And I was answering myself. I know that probably sounds crazy because they always say, oh, if you talk to yourself, that's crazy. But honestly, like, I feel like that's just another way to trap you and keep you from reaching your higher self and being, you know, having self-love. Because I like talk to myself when I'm trying to figure things out. I'm like, okay, I need this. What do I need? What am I going to do that for again? I do that. It helps me stay focused. And it helps me when I'm sad. I'm like, what's wrong, Letty? And I'm like, I'm so sad because of this. And it's like another part of me will come out and literally, like, I notice this, like, and I'm there for me, and I give myself advice, like, it's okay, this happened because of that, and this and that. Especially if you're learning about self-improvement and just compassion and all that stuff, like, it would just be there. But like I said, I feel like we have a little library inside ourselves, and we have everything there. I don't know if that sounds too crazy, but look, I do look into scientific things and studies and all that. So please, for the people that aren't into that, look, the information I'm giving you is true and real, okay? But anywho, yeah, you do heal much faster because overall, you don't depend on nobody. So like, you know you're gonna be good. Like before, when you put all your eggs in one basket, putting all your love into this person, and now they're gone and you depended on them for happiness, you're so sad. But now that you don't depend on them for happiness and all these good things, because you can provide that for you, that helps you heal faster. Because you know in the end, you're gonna still feel sad. You're human, and that's okay to feel sad. Let it out. You gotta let it out, because it'll be stuck and it'll fester in there and become something else. You don't want that. So let it out, but you still have this reassurance behind you that tells you, I know I'm gonna be good either way, because you know, I got me. Like, I remember saying that to myself when I was in that dark place, like, it's okay, I'll be good because I got me and that's all that matters. Of course, I still had my friends and this and that, but it's so good to have yourself when you're alone. Like, I just love self-love and that I found it, and I want you guys to feel how I feel. Like, I feel so good, or feel more, or feel something just good. I want you to feel it, and to just know that you don't need nobody. It's good to have people, but it's just nice to not need it. Oh my ear. Sorry. You. And number five, this one. Yes, because some people try to make it, they try to, like, I noticed some people try to demonize freaking, that's such a, like, probably harsh word, demonize, or scary word, but like, they really do sometimes in society. They try to make it seem bad to, like, to see somebody that's confident and love themselves and try to either make it seem conceited or very selfish. But it's like, it's all about balance. You know, if you're over here thinking you're better than somebody else, that's very unhealthy. I feel like we're all beautiful, we're all one, we're all awesome. Nobody's better than nobody. Stop trying to be on top of anybody. How about we all just be awesome together, right? That's when I think it's toxic. But it's important to love yourself, and it's not selfish, because when you, number five, sorry, I forgot I was on number five. When you love yourself, it actually helps you attract people that love you for you. Yes, because I don't know if you ever seen RuPaul's Drag Race, but he always says in the end,
if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else?
But yeah, I used to love watching that show with my mom, but that's a fact. If you don't even know how to love yourself, how do you expect to love anybody else? Like, how you treat yourself is how you will treat others. Some people have an imbalance where they treat others, because I used to be the same way. Like, I would put so much love into these people and all my attention on them, and I forget about myself and neglect myself. That's like a whole nother issue. It's like on the other side of the scale. And you don't want to be like that either. You want to have a balance. I noticed too, my relationships with, like, boyfriends or whatever are so much better when I make time for me. Learning to love yourself gives you better relationships and helps you in your current relationships too, because it's just like, you're not as needy, of course. And I don't know, I just noticed when I started making time for myself and not just focusing on their happiness and focused on mine also, and had a balance, I just noticed more love and more, I don't know, there was good stuff. If somebody gets mad at you for making time for yourself, that should just tell you right there, that's a red flag, and you should take that as a good sign, because that's telling you, get them the freak out of here. You do not want somebody that doesn't even want you to make time for yourself or for your goals or anything like that. You should have somebody that's empowering you and is actually helping you become the best you. Remember that. So yeah, just remember that life, what's on the outside is a reflection of the inside. So when you love yourself and have all this care and goodness inside of you, you're gonna, like, your outside is gonna transform into that. Remember, your thoughts, your freaking emotions, all that create your reality. And when you're feeling good and loving all the time, that's what you're gonna get back. Okay? And when you start loving every single thing about you, even your so-called flaws, they're not flaws, but when you love that and, like, appreciate it and, like, own it, like, people notice when you're insecure about stuff, and when you point those things out, sometimes those people never even noticed it or cared about it. Now you pointed it out and made it a thing. But, like, when you own every little bit of you, even the things that you don't so-called like or used to not like, because that's what will happen, they'll become used to. And it doesn't matter if you're super overweight or this and that, because there's people that are not conventionally beautiful, even though everybody's beautiful. You only think certain things are beautiful because you're conditioned to think that. But if you go to other country, they would actually think that this is more beautiful than that. And it's just all brainwashing. When you start letting go of all that bull crap, you'll see that everybody's beautiful. But anywho, you'll see people that aren't conventionally beautiful and think they're the most beautiful thing in the world because they learned self-love, and they had to do that because they had all these people coming at them, but they're like, I'm gorgeous. And then other people would see that and they'll be like, hell yeah. And, like, I don't know, it's like, confidence is key. And when you love yourself and love every bit of you, people will appreciate that and love it too. And you know, it's just so much good, so much good. Oh my God, so that was my 5 beneficial reasons why you should learn to love yourself. I hope this gave you some insight, and I hope you're gonna start your self-love training. Next video, like I said, I'm gonna give you some tips on how you can do that and what has helped me love myself more and just gain this self-love. If you're learning this and you're young, I'm so happy that you are learning this at a young age, but even if you're learning this late, at least you're learning it and your life is gonna flourish and just, it's just gonna become so beautiful. I'm sorry. But yeah, but I'm done. If you really enjoyed this video, please smash that like button below. And if you want to see me again, press the subscribe button and press the bell notification button so when I post a new video, you get a notification and you know when I post. Comment down below any benefits that you've noticed that self-love has brought you. And yeah, thank you again, guys. This is peace, love,